Hello, my name's Mike and I'm from Access Irrigation Limited. Today we're looking at pop-up sprinklers. I have in front of me a whole range of pop-up sprinklers, from very small garden ones right up until the sports pitches ones as well. Now, not all pop-up sprinklers are the same, so be wary when you do buy pop-up sprinklers that you select the best and the most reliable. We tend to use the Hunter type sprinklers because of their reliability and also the quality of build. If you're not sure what a pop-up sprinkler is, they're designed primarily for watering grass areas, and the beauty of them is that you don't see them. They're actually set below the mowing level of the grass, so you don't see anything at all. When the water pressure turns on, it raises the sprinkler up and then it sectors round and waters the area, and when it's finished it pops back down again out of sight. Things to point out are on a pop-up sprinkler, or things to be aware of on a pop-up sprinkler, is this centre spring. Now I've exposed this here, you wouldn't normally see it, but that centre spring is vital in returning the sprinkler riser back into the ground, because that's the only thing that does. So when the water pressure switches off, the spring returns it there. If you get a weak spring, what will happen is you might have a sprinkler that's sort of half exposed, and that's okay, but if somebody walks along and trips over it, again that's dangerous. Or if you're mowing the grass and you tend to what happens is it tends to chop off the top of the sprinkler, which is not good. Other things to think about with your pop-up sprinkler is a debris filter. Always make sure there's a debris filter built in, and also make sure the gear drive is very robust. In this case, in the Hunter sprinklers, they are water lubricated, so there's no leaking oil issues on like some sprinklers. And also they have a memory. So if somebody inadvertently grabs hold of the sprinkler and turns it whilst it's operating, then it will return eventually back to its normal arc. How you adjust pop-up sprinklers is generally by using different types of sprinkler nozzle. So these are inserted in the head of the sprinkler, and you can alter the radius or how far it throws out, and also the amount of water that it gives out as well. Various types of sprinkler: sectoring sprinklers, or as they're rotary sprinklers as they're called, and then you've got the spray sprinklers in the smaller garden area. Now, we use Hunter sprinklers because of their reliability, yes, but all of our sprinklers that we purchase are UK source, which means they're covered by the Hunter guarantee, and in some of the bigger sprinklers that can be up to 5 years. So you've got 5 years guaranteed reliability, although they'll last a lot longer than that if you look after them. What we're going to do now is we're going to look through the range, and we'll highlight some of the various types of sprinkler suitable for sports, large landscaping, and then small gardens. Okay, I have in front of me the sports type sprinkler for football pitches, rugby pitches, cricket pitches, that sort of thing. And they'll cover a range from something like 9.8 metres radius right up until 21 metres. And there's below and beyond those ranges as well. These are the three we predominantly use: the i20, the i25 and the i40. Now, all of these are adjustable within their range by changing the actual nozzles, and this one's from the i25 here, and you'd get the Allen key, which is a service tool from Hunter. You'd undo that, flick the sprinkler out and just pop the new one in. Very easy to do. Beauty of some of these sprinklers, this i20 for example, is you can actually turn it off. So with them all operating, you can come along to this particular sprinkler, turn it off, it's called a flow stop or a water stop, make the changes to the nozzle or the sprinkler, and then turn it back on and see how well you've done with it. So that's useful features. Other features are as well, you've got the intake there with a filter on there to stop any debris going in as well. And on the i40, which predominantly sometimes are used within the playing field area, you can have a soft turf cap as well, which means you can put turf inside that and it will be perfectly level with the pitch area, and quite safe for people to play within that sprinkler, with that sprinkler in the playing area, which some people panic about, but that's designed specifically for that. Now all these sprinklers would normally be fixed with what's called a swing joint, and that's a little unit here which enables the pipe to be buried, obviously, and then the sprinkler, once fitted, to remain perfectly upright, because that's what you want to do, is to make sure the sprinkler is upright so it gives you the perfect circle on your spray. Okay, well, now we're looking at the larger landscape type sprinkler, and they are the PGP Ultra and the Hunter i20. Now this range of a sprinkler covers something like 9.8 meters right up until 13 meters, that's radius. But the beauty of them is they're also available with a range of standard nozzles, but also low angle ones. So you get a full range of nozzles here, interchangeable nozzles, but you also get the low angle ones, and also you can have a range of short radius nozzles, and these will cover 5.5 meters and 7.6 meters. So even if you've got a small garden, you don't have to mix and match your sprinklers. You can still use the larger type sprinkler here, but with the smaller type nozzles. Now you'll notice the i20 here has got a stainless steel riser, which obviously makes it more durable, but it also makes it able to have the 5-year Hunter warranty, which makes it even more reliable and also peace of mind when you're speccing these. The PGP riser, the PGP sprinkler, is also available in a shrub head version, and that's to be fixed to posts or risers, you know, metal risers, so that makes it more versatile. Obviously it doesn't pop up, but it still has the same radius range of nozzles available for it. Other points on these is that it has a non-return valve on these greater ones, so that if you've got sprinklers fitted at lower levels on a particular lawn, say it's a sloping lawn, then they won't all dribble out of there. And they've also got the filter built in there as well to stop any debris reaching the actual sprinkler head itself. Okay, we're now talking about the smaller garden type sprinkler, and in the range we have the PGJ. The PGJ available here in two different versions. You have the normal pop-up, and then you have the shrub head type to go on a post, and the Pro Spray. There is also available PGJ in a high pop, and these are especially useful in shrub areas where you want to overspray the water either from the lawn into the shrubs or vice versa. So that pops up 12 inches, and that doesn't have to be buried right down to its head. That could be buried, say, halfway. The PGJ, as I say, is available in a shrub head, which means it can go on a post, clipped to a post, or on a metal riser, so again very useful. And that's got the interchangeable jets in there as well, interchangeable nozzles, and again by using the Hunter Allen key or adjusting tool, you can simply unscrew that, flick the old jet out and pop the new one in. Very simple to do. The PGJ, available as a pop-up, is also very good, and it covers up to about 6 or 7 meters in its mid-range, and it comes with available the various nozzles to change should you want to alter them. The real star of the small garden type sprinkler is the Pro Spray sprinkler. Now this same body can be used for varying different spray heads, which I'll show you in a moment. But the beauty of the Pro Spray body is that it has a built-in flushing cap. Now when you've installed anything in the garden, be it valves or drip line or whatever, but especially pop-up sprinklers, you want to be flushing the water through the pipes and through the sprinkler head before you fit any of the fine sprinkler nozzles. And this has a flushing cap exactly for that reason. So you'd install them, you get them at the right level, then you turn the system on, and it basically would just flush the water through, clean any dirt or debris that it had picked up whilst you were digging the trenches, etc. It also has an easily adjustable riser, The beauty of that is that when you've set it and you're not quite there, you can just grab hold of the center riser and then just index it round left or right until it gives you that fine degree of arc adjustment. So once that's done, then you can unscrew it and pop that away. And then you've got a choice of two nozzle types. You've got the Hunter MP Rotator type sprinkler with its own built-in filter there, and then that just screws in. Or you've also got the K-Rain type of nozzle. Why would you use them? Well, the actual MP Rotator has a slightly different range, so if you want to go a little bit further, then you can use the the Hunter MP nozzle, and that will give you a slightly more range than the K-Rain. But the only problem is with these, there are 3 different sizes of radius, but there's also sizes of arc as well. So you do need to have some idea of what arc you want to do or you want to set before you actually select the actual sprinkler that you want. But they're all labelled on the top with what range it is and also what arc range is adjustable with it. The K-Rain is different. There's only 3 in the range, and that will cover something like 3.9 meters right up until 8.5 meters. But within that its own specific range, it's then adjustable from something like 30 degrees right up until 360. So you only need one. Once you know how far you want to go, you only need one sprinkler, and then you can adjust them to whichever angle you want by simply selecting one sprinkler. They're called MP because they're called match precipitation, which means that whatever angles you've got or whatever distances you've got within that range of sprinklers on a particular zone, then they will all give exactly the same amount of water given what area they're throwing on, which is quite useful, and it saves a bit of time as well. They're also very water efficient, which means you can run it directly off the mains water supply as long as it's a modest water supply that you've got. Again, that makes it very versatile and very cost effective for small garden areas.